Welcome to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. It's week one. We're going to talk about some more featured games. Today, we're going to talk about the Redskins and the Texans. Redskins coming off an awful season last year. Lots of shenanigans going on in the front office, to the coaching, to alleged quarterback. And now they're looking to restart and get a burst of energy from Jay Gruden and do something special and try to regain what they lost last year, was a division championship. Texans, same thing, awful year. Still question marks at quarterback. Not sure if Fitzpatrick is the guy, but they do have a lot of pieces and they have a nasty, nasty defense. On the Redskins side of the ball, what's going to be the key here is that the offensive line gives Griffin III protection. He needs that protection. I think Alfred Morris will provide some balance, and they're going to need it. With Cushing, J.J. Watt, Clowney over there, it's going to be a tough job for that offensive line in pass rush. And if it's in pass mode, they're going to pin their ears back and come after Griffin, and it's going to be an ugly day. Now the Redskins have some new weapons on offense. They have D. Jackson on one side, Garcon on another, Jordan Reed, and the list goes on. Roberts, Moss. I mean, this offense in this receiving core could be one of the best in the NFC East. But the key is going to be protection. Now, I don't really think Fitzpatrick is the guy at quarterback that can really light it up. But Andre Johnson is still a great wide receiver. You got Hopkins over there. You got Martin on the other side. It's going to be very, very tough for that defense to really keep all that talent in check. I think they'll do a good job. As you saw in the preseason, Redskins defense was great. The question is the offense. And reason why I'm going to pick the Texans in this game. I just don't see this offense being consistent enough to win this game. I think the defense for that Texans squad is going to be a little bit much. And I'm going to have to take the Houston Texans over the Redskins in a close one. Now we're going to take a look around the league. First, we're going to look at the Ravens and the Bengals. I have to go with the Bengals in this one. I think the Bengals are a little bit more sound team. I know there's some pieces over there with the Ravens. They have Steve Smith, and Ray Rice is going to be missing this game. So Pierce is going to have to step up. I think the defense of the Cincinnati Bengals is just that much better. Offensively, they're definitely much better. I'm going to take the Bengals in this game. Next, we have the Bears and the Bills. Again, I have to go with the proven winner. I'm going to take the Bears here. The Bills just haven't shown anything during preseason. We don't really know which E.J. Manuel we're going to get. We know they have weapons on offense. We know they have a defense. But boy, oh boy, the power they have on the defensive side of the ball for the Bears is just unmatched. With adding Jared Allen, it's just going to be a nightmare for that football team. I'm taking Jay Cutler and the Bears. Next game we talk about here are the Buccaneers and the Panthers. The Bucs are going to be a surprise, I believe. I think they're going to be a lot more solid than people give them credit for, and I think that they may surprise the Panthers here. The Panthers missing some key receivers there. You talk about Steve Smith going over to Baltimore. Going to be a little bit different. I know they drafted a nice wide receiver over there, and I think it's Benjamin, but he's a rookie. So it's going to be a whole different ball game. They do have a great defense over there, but I think the Bucs are going to squeak one out here. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Next, we have the Broncos and the Colts. It's going to be a fine game, as it always is. But Peyton Manning is going to show you that Wes Welker being out is not going to make a difference. I take Emmanuel Sanders is going to light it up. I said it here. Remember it. Emmanuel Sanders is going to light it up this weekend. I'm taking the Broncos over the Colts in that one. Our Monday night games, Lions and Giants. Giants look awful. That switching to West Coast offense for Eli Manning is going to be horrendous. I'm taking the Lions in this one. Matthew Stafford and that whole entire conglomerate of offensive firepower with Golden Tate, with Megatron, and having Reggie Bush come out of the backfield, that Giants defense is going to get wore out because they're going to be playing a lot more than that Giants offense will be. I'm taking the Lions in that one. And last but not least, the Cardinals and the Chargers. This one's going to be a slobber knocker for sure. I think this is going to be a very, very close game. We know Carlos Dansby not there for that Cardinals defense, but I think they're going to make out just fine. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals in that game. And that, my friends, is a look around the league. All right, we're going to look at another matchup, and it is Saints-Falcons week here in the Emerald Coast, in Louisiana, in the Panhandle. Saints fans live for this moment, this rivalry right here, and it's going to be a good one, as it always is. The Saints reloaded, man. I mean, they've got Brandon Cooks over there, Tune. They have Pierre Thomas. They have Ingram looking solid this year. And, of course, Jumpman Graham. It's going to be awesome. This offense is going to be powerful this year. And I really think we're going to see a fun game come Sunday. Now, on the defensive side of the ball for the Atlanta Falcons, they've added a few, but it's going to be questionable here where they can stick with Drew Brees in this offense. I'm just not seeing it. It's not enough there. They're a big question mark on the Atlanta Falcons defense. Now, on offense, they've got their weapons back now, and Julio Jones, Roddy White. They have Steven Jackson back. Hopefully he's healthy and going to be that bruiser that he has been in the past. Jarquez Rogers coming off the bench and spelling him a little bit. But they don't have Tony Gonzalez. I think that's where the X factor is, because this Saints defense is just flying around. And I think if you watch Saints football in the preseason, boy, it's been fun to watch with Kenny Vaccaro and all those guys. I mean, they're flying around the football and they're making plays and hitting guys hard. It's going to be a hard-fought game. It always is. It's a division rival game. Come right out of the gates. But I'm going to have to take the New Orleans Saints here. And the reason being, I just think their offense is just going to be a little bit much for that Atlanta Falcons defense. And I think the defense for the Saints is going to be very good at getting pressure on Matt Ryan and him not having that safety valve in Gonzalez. Now it's Tululu, whatever his last name, Levine. That he's going to have to prove himself. He could have a stellar game, but he hasn't shown me anything. And with that defense of the Saints, it's going to be a tough one for the Atlanta Falcons. Going Saints here. So it's going to be a great game. Don't miss it. Saints all the way. Well, thank you for watching this show. Again, if you got questions, you got a topic you want us to talk about, shoot us an email at straightshootingst@gmail.com. Comment on the show, share the show, like the show. You guys know the drill. Football is back, baby, and you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.